Hey kids, it's your good old pal, Insane Ninja Bunny, aka LizDexter_Eddie on the PlayStation Network and on Twitter, if you care to follow me, aka Edward J. Hyde, Favorite Demon. Now, I don't know if anyone here has an interest of following me on Twitter or actually adding me as a friend on PlayStation Network. I don't have a computer, not a computer, PlayStation 3 at the moment, so I can't really add you back yet. But it is LISDEXIC_EDDIE. That is my Twitter and PlayStation Network, if you guys want to follow me or add me or anything. And I'm here today with a little bit of a product review kind of thing. I wanted to show you guys what I do in my downtime, and it wasn't until I posted my last video on the Big Ass Parrot update that I found my box of fuzzies that I make had been opened up, and most of my favorites had been torn apart. But I'm currently fixing them up right now. Only one of them, two of them really, had substantial damage that it's going to take a while to fix. But I'm going to show you guys them in their current condition. They may not be all too great right now, but they're probably better than you're expecting. Let me start with my first little guy. He had a problem sitting down in the first take of this video. Yeah, my phone crapped out 8 minutes in, so I had an 8-minute video that I really couldn't post online. It's probably too close to my face. But anyone who knows me in the real world would probably know this little guy as well. This is Quarktimus Prime, the first little guy I made. He is a combination of a gremlin / Mogwai and a sugar glider. That's what I use for his material, essentially. He has a little marsupial pouch, which is right here. It's kind of hard to get into while he's sitting down, and I don't want him to fall over like that. He has... Move your head up, thank you. 2 big fangs, a little button nose, 2 button eyes, which are composites. Oh, no, these ones aren't composites. These ones are actually one button with the pupil drawn in. Actually, his ears are posable as well. They have a wire in them that allow me to pose them to change his mood. He has 3 digits on each hand, 2 fingers and a thumb on each hand, and he has a big, long tail. I used to take him to the pet shop. People would ask me if he's real, and, well, he's not, but he wishes he was. As you can see, he had a little bit of damage to his neck. I don't know what happened to these guys. I wish I did. He had some damage to his neck, and I have to fix that up. Probably have to sew his shoulder up a little bit and re-glue it. I use a lot of hot glue for my projects, which anyone who ever has a project of mine will probably know that pretty well. But Quark's my little boy. I've had him since 2006. I got bored and I made him out of spare parts I had floating around my bedroom. But that's little Quark, my little buddy. Isn't that right? Okay. My next one is one of my favorites. He also got ripped up pretty bad in whatever happened. Now I'm hoping his gun stays on, because in the last take I didn't really think about getting his gun out. So let's see if he stands up for this. Oh my god, the gun actually helps him to stabilize a lot. Let's see. There we go. This is Ridgeback. Ridgeback is my heavy weapons rat sloth. His long arms are the sloth and the head is the rat. As you can see from his teeth, they are very sharp. They're made out of wood. Let me zoom in a little bit on that. They're very sharp. They're made out of wood. He did have an open and close in his mouth, but when I glued them together, it didn't really stay together very well. It kind of stuck it together permanently. He's got a little goatee, too. I kind of like that. This is his gun. I kind of put this together from scraps that a friend of mine gave me, and this is the full extent of the gun. It's got a handle which his hand is wrapping around, and it's mainly made out of windshield wiper parts that I picked up from my old job. I used to get a lot of spare parts from there. The reason he's called Ridgeback is because he's got a ridge of marabou feathers going down his back, the tip of his tail. Another reason is because he's got a shell on his back that's made out of a leather piece from an old belt I used to have. But he may not be very cuddly, as his brother is, but this is Quark's brother Ridgeback, and he's a BAMF. I think it's pronounced BAMF, but I'm not sure. Badass mofo. Next one that I made was Captain Grapples, and let's see if I can get him to stand. I wasn't able to get him to stand very well in the last take. Close your mouth. Thank you. Don't let flies in. Now, Captain Grapples was a mistake. I'm going to put my camera down for a second so I can get a better shot of this. Come on now. His foot doesn't like to stay standing up, and you'll see why once I do the video shoot of him. Hold on a second. Oh, just work for me. Come on now. You were doing just fine earlier. Is that helping? Probably not. Grapple-tastic. Fine, I'll hold you. God in heaven. This little guy is Captain Grapples. He was a mistake. The frame was built for my friend Jesse. I was going to give it to him as a gift after I finished it. I didn't finish it until about last year, actually, so he's about a year old right now. This is his sword that I made for him. He has a gloved hand in this hand. His fingers are about the same as Ridgeback's. Very spindly. This hand has a hook, and you're going to see my point that I'm making now. Captain Grapples is a little pirate. And this over here is his peg leg. Yes, he has a peg leg. His other foot is three-toed, and he's got a tail around the back, which is kind of outside of his tunic. He doesn't have a pouch or anything like his little nephew, Quark. This is his eye over here. He only has one eye because, as a pirate does, he's got one missing. He's not very pleased about it either. He was based off of... his original design was supposed to be based off of a dog, but his head turned into a kind of boar/hippo. You see, the nose holes are kind of boarish, but this is what makes him very boar-like. Open your mouth for me now. Look at those tusks. He's got big tusks that are very menacing if you look at him the wrong way. He also has a Catholic medallion around his neck, and it was by chance. I believe it's the patron saint of... I don't remember what it's for. God in heaven, lay down for me. Jesus. Saint Gerardo. I think he's the patron saint of unborn children or something like that. I don't even know. I don't remember anymore. But that's Captain Grapples in all his glory. I also made him a gun, and if I can find it really quick, I'll show it to you. It's small in comparison to Ridgeback's gun, but I based it off of a phaser from Star Trek. It's made out of spare parts I had floating around. Very heavy for being this small. It's about the size of maybe one of my fingers. But it's all made out of little tiny spare parts I had floating around at the time when I finished this. Next one I'm going to bring up is the next one that oh no, I did this out of order. It goes Quark, Ridgeback, and then their big sister, who's got a broken beak at the moment. I'm trying to fix her up to Razorbeak. Razorwing. I actually named her kind of after Laserbeak from Transformers. As you can see, her beak's been through hell. But she's based off of a hawk, which is where she gets most of the beak design from, a great horned owl, which is where she gets the big tufts horn thingies. She's got beautiful eyes. Look at those eyes. Her actual skull is made out of clay. And this is a leather covering I made for it. And she's actually got a gullet you can stuff inside of it. She's very fuzzy. She has big bat wings with little thummies that are very fuzzy on the other side. She's got chickeny legs with chickeny feet, and she's got a little demon tail on the end. She's got a leash because she can. But that's Razorwing in a nutshell. She's my little girl. One of them, at least. And now I apologize. From here, they're going to get very odd. The next one that I made was Quark's little sister. I have to put the phone down for a second. Hold on. Get you standing up for everyone. Everyone's going to like you. You're really pretty. Hold on. Almost there. Oof. Fine. Oh, wow. You're actually standing up. This is little Loretta Marie. And she's adorable. I think the creature I based her off of is a Jaribu. I could be pronouncing it wrong, or I could be saying a completely different creature. But I thought they were really, really cute. She has big, opposable bunny ear kind of things. Her tail is completely opposable from the butt all the way down to the tip of the tail. She's got big plastic eyes that I picked up at a craft store. Let me get a better look at that. Ta-da! And her mouth, if I can get her to lean her head up. Woman, come on now, little girl. Her mouth will open up all the way. Kind of like her brother's, if she doesn't have any big fangs. She, like her brother, has 3 digits on each hand. 1, 2, 3. She's completely jointed and posable. And even though she wasn't standing in the right position, this is the tip of the foot right here. She's the first one that I actually based fully off of one creature, pretty much. But that's my other little girl. The next one that I made, where are you? Was it you? No, it wasn't you. You're next, though. Well, I put my phone down again. Next one that I made is a little creepy. If anyone is an arachnophobe, you might want to look away for a minute or two while I describe this one as unvividly as I can, because once you get the idea, you'll probably be freaking out. She's a very, very finicky little girl, actually. This is Lady Arabella. Beautiful, beautiful spider that I based off of... What did I base you off of? I don't even remember anymore. Black Widow, I think, is what I based you off of mainly. Because she's got the big back end right there. And she has fully posable 8 legs, 2 mandible pieces. She has 5 eyes. And she actually has a compartment in her back end that was made out of a little prize capsule. There used to be a light in there. She was a lightning bug / spider. Oh, she's got a grappling hook. I know, it's very awkwardly placed, but it is grappling hook. But she used to have a light in her back end because she was a spider / lightning bug, essentially. I do a lot of crossbreedings, and if I've offended anybody by this video, just let me know in the comments down below. And I apologize if anyone's against crossbreeding, but this is kind of what I do in my spare time. I imagine amazing things, and I put them down into fabric. The next one that I did was actually an old phone holder that I made for myself when I had my old alias. And if I can get you to stand, which you won't stand, will you? Oh, maybe you will. Oh, no, you're not. This is Benny. Benny is a bat. Benny is not very posable. He's got a lot of foam in him, which makes him very imposable. His mouth opens up and you can put inside of him something small like a small phone, like one of the old flip phones or bar phones. I've actually put money in there for safekeeping on occasion, which I don't have any in there right now, thankfully. He has big bat wings. He's made out of crushed velvet, actually, for most of his fur. He's a little tail, which is actually opposable. I used to have him on my belt loop. And he's got a little mohawk. I kind of based his face off of Stripe from Gremlins, ever so slightly. I don't know if you can tell. And his eyes are actually a dot of... they're a dot of black bump paint. I think that's what you call it. I'm not sure. But he's got a lot of fur on him, too. Yeah. And he's got 2 big buck teeth, which make him adorable. But that's my little Benny. Let me see if I can find Clyde really quick. Clyde has been hiding for a few days now. And I think I need to pull him out and make him say hello. I have a mess over here, so I apologize. Oh, there you are, big guy. Oh, God, come on now. Clyde. If I have to call you by your first name, I swear to God, I'm going to murder you. Oh, dear Lord, I have to put him down in the bed. Hold on. I might have to cut this video in a minute, but, oh, God in heaven. This is Clyde. He's a very, very large creature that I did. He is an alliteration off of an alligator handbag because you can open up his mouth and put in whatever you want. He's got a very large stomach capacity that can hold almost anything you need him to hold. Now, I'm at 14 minutes and 34 seconds. I need to cut this video short, but hopefully I'll have another update for you on the parrot patches, the pirate parrot. If anybody has any questions, this is the inner armature that I use for most of them. Very simple design, wire armature set. That's about it. Coming close to the end of the video. Have a good one, guys.